So welcome Gopika from Oroville and Nadaka, broadcasting from Unity Pavilion in South India. And we're so pleased to have you close out our fifth day of our All USA meeting. We're recording it for posterity and just to share with many people. Actually, even though it's a national holiday, some people had to go back to work. And so we're still in the introspective mood of reflecting on this very difficult pandemic time, very concerned about our friends in India, and so grateful that you are sharing your expressive arts journey and your music with us both. So I'm looking forward to spending this time with you. So thank you, Gopika. Whoever is speaking is what will be recorded. So we'll start with you, Gopika, and then I understand we'll have some music at the end. Wonderful.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Julian, for once again having us being part of AUM. It's such a special moment, actually, although it is the pandemic. We've become so familiar with meeting online. And I think that to end with a creative journey is really beautiful. So thank you for putting us at the end so we can have the participants reflect on all that they have lived in these 5 days and return to assimilating and being with all that is learned and all that has been offered. So here is an opportunity for us to express ourselves in another format, in the creative mode. And so the theme that we have is, of course, the pandemic, because this is so much part of where we are situated at this moment. And yes, we are affected by it. There is so much of suffering around the world because of it. And we are bound to our home, many of us, because we are of an older generation perhaps, and we don't want to leave home, especially in India. It's been quite hard for people. And yet over time, there has been an acceptance of the situation, and I think there is an inward movement that has occurred. People have questioned their sense of self and their sense of belonging and their sense of how they relate to the world around them. And seeing so much death around us has also made us think about that, how we are really transitional beings, like Sri Aurobindo puts it. So I want to actually establish a ground with the idea of limitation is invitation. So, what has this limitation invited in our lives? And we'll embark on a journey that will keep this question present for us and explore this question. Let's explore this question, accessing it with different modalities of art. So I've recently studied expressive arts, intermodal expressive arts, and what it is really about paying attention to creative process and the transformative quality that creative process offers us. And you don't need to be an artist to do this. We are all creative beings. Consciousness itself is creative. And it's about returning to that creative mode. And it's about reconnecting to that place from where we imagine and we dream and we aspire and we shape and witness what is shaping us. So, intermodal is really about being able to access that creative experience, not only through the visual, where we could do a little pattern of something, let's say that's a visual expression. Intermodal is also about being sensitive to the other modalities or sensitizing oneself to become aware and heightened in your listening capacities. So we can play a piece of music, and how does that music shape itself in your body? What is the movement that perhaps your hand makes as the music plays? Or how would you shape this music in your body? And that's what we call embodied experience. And then we'll do a little bit of perhaps poetry that could emerge from what we've, what from the journey. So we really focus on what's emerging, on the image, and start this journey with Mother's Mantra. So I'd like to actually start with just presence as the theme, and just to come into that felt sense. So I'm just going to ask you to close your eyes and really come back to that felt sense of where you are, the felt sense of your presence, what's moving in you and around you, just accepting what is without any demand on it. And I'm going to move to the musical space and offer all of you Mother's Mantra, Sri Aurobindo's mantra, Anandamayi Chaitanyamayi, as a doorway to begin this journey. So let's just come into connection for about 5 minutes. join the Om. Om Anandamay Chaitanyamay Satyamay Parame Om Anandamay Chaitanyamay Satyamay Parame Om Anandamay Chaitanyamay Satyamay Parame Om Anandamay Chaitanyamay Satyamay Parame. Now let's just try with our hands to create a gesture that comes spontaneously to you in response to the sound, in response to the mantra. Just your hands. Om Anandamay Chaitanyamay Satyamay Parame Om Anandamay Chaitanyamay Satyamay Parame. Notice how your presence is shaping the sound, the mantra, through your body, like you are embodying it, the shape of the mantra in your body. Om Anandamay Chaitanyamay Satyamay Parame Om Anandamay Chaitanyamay Satyamay Parame Om Anandamay Chaitanyamay Satyamay Parame Om Anandamay Chaitanyamay Satyamay Parame. Let the movement continue as the music continues. And if you'd like to stand and do a little exploration, you can also switch off your videos just for 2 minutes with the theme I am returning. So you can stand and switch off your videos if you like. We just go into a little movement. I am returning is the theme. Whatever comes to you in the movement of I am returning. And just notice what is emerging for you in the movement. Patterns, begin to notice what you are, not who you are, but what you are. Maybe you've become a wave, or you've become a flower in this returning. So you find this exploration in your body in response to the music. What are you becoming? How is this music shaping you? What do you notice emerging in this idea of I am returning? What are you? And when you feel ready, you slowly bring that exploration to a close. Make a little drawing on your paper of what moved through you, what touched you, what you noticed, the colors or the patterns that emerged for you. What are you? And follow the image, let the image guide you to what it wants to see emerge with it. like you're listening to the image. I see that you've just joined, Elizabeth. Is that right? So we did a little exploration in the body in response to the sound. The theme is I am returning from what we found in our exploration with movement. We shifted from who we are to what we are and noticed what we were becoming, a flame or a wave, a flower. And now they're doing an image of what they experienced, what moved through them. So perhaps you want to just find yourself in the music at this moment, see what emerges for you. In response to the music, let the music shape what wants to come. And we do the image, and I think many of you perhaps have drawn the image by now. So let's bring that to a close. Maybe take another 5 minutes. And now we look at the image and we stay connected to it because it's a part of us. We do an aesthetic response that keeps this connection alive. And what that is that you can do a gesture to the image or dance with the image or move with the image or offer something to the image. And in that aesthetic response, find a title for your image. the title that really is emerging from this image? And now you want to kind of also notice a few other words that are actually really emerging from this image. What is it that this image is carrying to you? What is this image offering you as a message? And we're going to step back and stay with the image for a moment in silence. Just noticing what emerged. And we will write 4 lines that start with I am returning. You can use the words that came up from the image. I am returning. When you feel ready, you can come back on, get your videos back on, and let's meet again. Could you hear it, Julian? You could hear everything, right? Yes. Thank you. Sorry, I thought I was not heard. Okay, here we are again. So we can do a little sharing because we're so few of us. Is that okay, Julian? We do a sharing? So if you feel like you want to read, I mean, you don't have to, but if there's anyone who'd like to read the 4 lines and show the image, you're welcome to do so. So maybe is there an icon that they can put their hand up perhaps, and then we can just go around?
You know, when you were doing the mantra, I had the 3 gestures of receiving, which came to be the joy, and then something of ascending out or outward, and then it came down to kind of collecting everything as a whole and coming up into a pranam, and ended up in the sort of psychic region. So I don't know if this is visible or not, but kind of came to this.
You're disappearing in the background. Like,
I know, it looks like it's like, okay, I'll hide myself behind this thing.
beautiful.
So I think the lines are, I am returning to the joy of conscious being and receiving the whole and honoring the psychic fire.
Beautiful. Thank you. Who else would like to go? Martha? Oh, yes. Go ahead.
Hi, great to see you, Nadaka and Gopika. The music was beautiful. It just opened my heart, and I felt so connected. My drawing was of a it's like I think it's like I've made many journeys, and all these journeys are coming to fruition in this life, this true destination. My image is a little hard to see, it's rather light. I don't know if you can see that. No, it doesn't show very well, but it's like waves at the top coming down into a flower beneath. And I wrote, I am returning after many journeys, many lives, to the true destination, the golden and pure flower. Thank you.
Well, I can also speak, I guess. My drawings they echoed my movement of embracing, you know, this sense of embracing. And then as I drew an embracing gesture repeatedly, I drew it about 7 times. And finally it ended in a complete like spiral effect, like returning, you know, the spiral going, my drawing's also light, so I can't show it. It was just going around and finally ending in the center. So I wrote for this, I am returning in my heart. I am returning in myself. I am returning to love. I am returning to you.
It's the lotus pond, and there's the pod, and there's the lotus. And there's another lotus down there. Oh, that's the other side. Anyway, something else. Lotuses on the lotus pond is what's happening there. And that's
Sorry about that. I got thrown off from my system for some
Oh,
reason. So
yeah. I haven't.
I'm here to see it.
The lotus.
Yes,
pond.
Wendy. So I'd
Yeah.
love to hear what came for you.
Yeah. I am returning to Mother's lotus pond, to her home, to my home.
Oh, beautiful. Would you like to go, Sandra? Oh, Vaishishth. Yeah.
Gopika, I want to thank you for this beautiful recitation for inner awareness through aspiration using Mother Anshivindo's mantra. I do it every day uh, in my heart at the feet of the Mother. And so I can tell you that this expressive mantra is very powerful and gives you inner awareness if you can concentrate on the image of the Mother and Shri Aurobindo in your heart. And your way of giving the body and the mind these gestures was something new to me. I have not expressed in that way, and I don't have much to add to that. But I think the mantra with the music itself is so powerful, it generates vibrations in you towards that aspiration. And I want to thank you for that.
Thank you.
Flow came to me, that within every molecule, within everything around us, there's a flow of light and speed. The speed within accounts for the touch and the light. You contacting that without. It has something to do with well, the speed of light, say. And if you find that within, you can touch the light everywhere. That's in terms of a flower, I'm not an artist like you guys, but it was just lovely. And the music, the mantra, I would like to see more of you both. Anyways,
Yes, we will end with Shri Aurobindo's Gayatri. Anyone else? Yes, Elizabeth.
Hi, I'm sorry I came late, but I got into it fast. And so I have a little picture to show that's water. All I had was a watercolor brush, but can you see?
Oh,
I don't know if you
beautiful.
can see that. It was like a spire came first, and then I thought of inspire. And I've been going through a lot, like I'm sure everyone. And so my words were, I am returning to hope, to where I am. Here, lost, found again, sighing, crying, inspired, inspiring. So that's what I
Beautiful.
came out of it. And it was a lovely thing to do together. And the music helped a lot too. Thank you. And your openness and support, I can feel it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I can maybe go next.
Yes, sure.
So the gesture that I had was sticking the hand out the window of a car and catching the wind like the
Wow.
edge of a wing of a bird. And the words that came were, I am returning from the whale's mouth to the winged flight, arms opened wide to embrace the time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? Sri Joydeep? Perhaps you could pin the videos as they come in, Julian.
Yeah, Rosemary was raising her hand.
I'd like to share. I don't know if, can you see my picture?
Yes. Maybe if you pin it, we would probably see better. Yeah, now I can see you.
So it began with the gesture of a flame moving upwards and then coming down. And the words, so words were coming as I was making the gestures from the mantra, coming down. And that first was, I'm offering the darkness and the weight. And then the words were coming, and I'm receiving the light and joy from above and below.
Beautiful.
And then when you said to look at the drawing from the back, further back, I saw something that I hadn't seen, which was the wings of a butterfly surrounding. So the flame had actually become my head, and this had become the body, and then the heart. Originally it was the heart, the flame of the heart. And so then the words came, I am swaying in the wind, a butterfly taking flight, chrysalis. And then you said to use the words, I am returning. So then it was like, I'm returning home. Thank you. It was very beautiful.
I think you're on mute.
Yes, I have made this picture. Somewhat automatically came to me. I don't know what it is. Couldn't explain it, but I wrote a poetry to explain it somehow. So I will read that poetry. There we are trying to go far above somewhere where there is a vacuum, there is a wideness far beyond.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Sandra, you raised your hand.
Briefly,
Yes, Sandra.
I shut my microphone off. Okay, here we go. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
It occurred to me that we are filling in the picture. Each of us, in our own way, we're filling in the picture of the whole. Martha, you know, the unity that you so love. It's just like, I guess that's all I wanted to offer. Bye.
Beautiful. Thank you. I don't see the others, Julian. Do you see others? Okay, I think we are all had a chance to share. We're going to return to the gallery view. So yes, thank you all for participating and for coming in and just so simply connecting to yourselves in a creative mode and bringing that experience to life by expressing something of your own unique spirit. Let's all perhaps write our 4 lines in the chat window. I am returning, while we could end with the music of for you some more mantra as you're typing in the words.
Om Mitraya Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Bhanave Namaha. Om Khagaya Namaha. Om Pushne Namaha. Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha. Om Marishaye Namaha. Om Adityaya Namaha. Om Savitre Namaha. Om Arkaya Namaha. Om Bhaskaraya Namaha. Om Shri Savitra Surya Narayana Namaha. Narayana Namaha. Om Tat Savitur Rupam Jyote Parasya Dhimahi Yanna Satyena Deepayet Satyena Deepayet Satyena Deepayet.
So it's a wonderful field actually, and it's a wonderful opportunity to actually do more and more of this here in Oroville as well. We're doing community arts often, and with community here, we come into different themes and explore together. It's been wonderful. Of course, I'm going to put my website, Expressive Arts India, which is a course that I'm actually teaching with the Swiss University here, part of that program. And did you have any other questions regarding it?
No, not at the moment, but I will try to get in touch with you.
Yes. What really draws me to it is that it's really something of very close to me of what the mother's yoga is actually, because it gets you to notice and name what happens for you in the experience. And I think transformation is about that. It's about noticing and naming for yourself what needs to be transformed before you can transform it. So in this, we are just driving people into the creative experience, and the creative experience itself has so much potential to notice the shifts that happen in that experience, because we're innately creative beings. And by just doing that, we return to that inner child in us that just freely explores something without judgment. And like you see today, look at the poetry that's emerged from just something so simple. And there's so much depth in this poetry. And it's just come from someone finding a sound in their body or a movement. So um, I think there's a power in that. And we tend to always communicate through words. And here is another medium of communication with ourselves. This is another dimension that we can open for ourselves. And we are surprised by it, like the butterfly emerged for Elizabeth, I think. So beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, Posey had
Thank
the
you.
butterfly.
Thank you.
Did anyone else
Thank you.
feel anything in relation to the creative experience for them that they would like to share?
I'd like to share one last thing. I was the one that had the butterfly.
I'm sorry. It was
That's
Rosemary.
okay, no problem. It's hard with the screen. That one of the things that's so beautiful when you draw, you don't know what's going to arise. Well, when you move and when you draw, you don't know what's going to arise. It's spontaneous. And then when you stand back and you look at your drawing, you see things that you didn't realize were there. So they're kind of, what could you say? They're speaking to you from the beyond. And one other thing I noticed in my drawing that I hadn't noticed before was how the flame which was rising up ended up being the head. And then I noticed that the heart is moving down. It's usually we think of the heart as the flame that's moving up, but in the shape of seeing the heart, it's like a flame turned upside down that's also moving down to the earth.
Lovely. Thank you for sharing that, Rosemary, because I think there's an act of surrender that comes with that. Like you said, you don't know what to call it, but it's like surrendering to the image and allow for the image to reveal something to you. And that's so beautiful because you really surrendered to what was coming.
Yeah. So. It's nice to know that we're connected to Oroville and that we're sharing this beautiful exchange.
Yes, we are. We are here at the Unity Pavilion. I can show you.
Yeah.
The beautiful Unity Pavilion.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful.
You have the blurred background on.
Oh yeah, I do.
That's a little tricky.
Okay, let me fix that.
So thanks, Nadaka. We didn't get to thank him, but he knows he's thanked.
Nadaka, I want to thank you.
Oh, sorry. And also Julian in that video.
Here you are.
Where am I?
Oh yes, so beautiful.
Hi everybody.
Hi, Nadika. Thank you. Thank you, Nadika, Gopika. Much love.
Bye. Thank you all.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. Sweet dreams.
Bye, Posey.
Bye. Nice.
Yeah, good to see you.
Thank you, Gopika.
Thank you, Martha.
It's been a beautiful experience. We thank you all for everything.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Right. Sweet dreams.